Good morning, I'm First Warning meteorologist Nicole Skalicki. We have a milder start to the day, but more snow is on the way this afternoon. I'll have all the details coming up in a few moments.
Right now this morning, we are giving you a live look at the road conditions that are going to impact your morning commute. I'll have more info on that up next.
And President Trump arriving in Switzerland this morning, where he will meet with world leaders about his push for Greenland. Some new bills going through Wisconsin legislature aimed at saving your hard-earned money. We'll tell you about those just ahead. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Wednesday, January 21st. It is 6 a.m. Hope your morning is off to a good start. Might want to give yourself a little extra time as you head out the door. We got some snowfall overnight. We'll talk more about that now with meteorologist Nicole Skalicki. Nicole, it was really sparkly when I was out there in the dark this morning.
Yeah, it's one of those pretty snows. When it gets this cold, very fluffy, very sparkly. I almost felt bad to drive on the unplowed
it was so
roads.
beautiful.
I was ruining it, but I'm sure everybody else appreciated having some fresh tire tracks to go through. Not a whole lot of snow on the road, about an inch or less accumulated in La Crosse. For folks further to the north, likely didn't even see anything overnight, but we have another batch on the way as we head into this afternoon. Apart from the snow, temperatures are looking much milder than they have been. Still holding on to the single digits for portions of the area. 9 degrees outside right now in La Crosse, 13 degrees in Eau Claire. As we head into the afternoon, we'll likely continue to see those temperatures rise and actually reach close to our average high, but not nearly there quite yet. Going to be another day below normal. In La Crosse right now, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies with a light wind out of the south blowing around 6 miles per hour. Again, still some partially covered roadways out there, especially on the less traveled roads. In Eau Claire, very little to no snow accumulated, so roads are looking clear. Still that light wind out there affecting the wind chill slightly, making it feel about 10 degrees cooler on the skin. As we head into this afternoon, we'll have another chance for some snowfall that will likely affect your evening commute. I'll have the details on the upcoming snow coming up in a little bit.
All right, and with those slick roads, you may be wondering how your morning commute will go. For that, we will bring in News 8 Now Seth Padilla. He's live in our News 8 Storm Runner, taking a look at the roads for us. How's it looking, Seth?
Good morning, Alexandra. Right now, I'm on 14th Street in La Crosse, and right now there is significant amount of snow on the roads. So as Nicole mentioned, the roads are packed with about an inch of snow or less, but that's more than enough to impact your morning commute, especially when you are stopping or taking these turns. As you see, we're coming to the stop sign, and we're going to make sure that we are taking our time, because if you hit those brakes hard, you are going to slide, especially when you do make those turns a little faster. And also, odds are, if your car was outside overnight, it's going to have some snow on it, so make sure you give yourself 5 or 10 minutes, a little bit of some extra time to go clean off your car and things like that. And actually, just wait in a couple of seconds here, you'll see a snow plow come across. So they are working to clear the snow off of the roads. As you can see, it's passing us right now, so there is some snow coming and on the road, so just be aware of that. But yeah, overall, make sure you are giving yourself some extra time. But I will send it back to you guys in the studio. Reporting in La Crosse, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
Thank you for that update, Seth. We'll check back in with you soon. On the global front this morning, President Trump just arriving in Switzerland for the World Economic Forum. We will take a live look at the airplane just landed within the past few minutes in Switzerland. President Trump says he plans to meet with allies to discuss his push for Greenland. The trip was briefly delayed overnight when his plane turned around for what the White House calls a minor electrical issue, but as you can see here, appears to have all arrived smoothly this morning. CBS's Jared Hill reports with what we can expect from Davos.
A bumpy start to President Trump's high-stakes trip to Switzerland. A minor electrical issue forced Air Force One to return shortly after takeoff. The journey resumed after the president switched planes.
This will be an interesting trip. I have no idea what's going to happen.
At the World Economic Forum in Davos, President Trump is set to make his case in person for why the U.S. should have Greenland.
We need it for security purposes.
Though at the White House, marking 1 year into a second term Tuesday, the president wouldn't say how far he'd go to get the self-governing Danish territory.
You'll find out.
The president has threatened new tariffs on European allies next month if they don't back his plans, a notion that's gotten a chilly reception.
It is time to seize this opportunity and build a new independent Europe.
Totally absurd that we have an American president who's blackmailing the rest of us, trying to get a piece of land or buy it. through threats.
California Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom, a possible 2028 presidential contender, says Europe should hit back.
Trump thrives on finding vulnerabilities and weakness, and he exploits them. What he doesn't respond well to, and what is effective, is strength.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is calling for calm.
Sit back, take a deep breath, and let things play out.
As new concerns over a possible trade war sent markets plunging Tuesday. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The president also plans to push his plan for a proposed board of peace, a key element in his Gaza peace plan. More than 10 countries already signing on to that. This morning, we've learned that Israel is the latest to do so. And closer to home this morning, demolition of the Hogan Administrative Center will start today. Crews arrive in about an hour now. The building has stood since 1899, first as an elementary school for 81 years, then the district office for 45. It's making way for a new $30 million school. The Wisconsin Assembly passing a bill to eliminate taxes on overtime and tips. The measure now heads to the Senate. Single filers could claim up to $12,500 a year, joint filers up to $25,000. It excludes high earners and runs through 2028.
They can pay their bills, they can maybe spend in other restaurants, or they just have more take-home pay. So that's always a benefit to anybody who can have more dollars in their pocket.
The state would lose an estimated $6.7 billion on tips and $150 million on overtime per year. If the bill passes, workers could subtract both from federal and state income tax. The La Crosse Common Council holding a special meeting last night focusing on how council members can communicate with one another, especially when dealing with difficult discussions. News 8 Now's JDS McGee takes a look.
Council President Tamara Dickinson called the special meeting, saying the goal is to create space for more open interaction.
I think just the fact that we're together in an off-site space, that we have a chance to interact in a little bit different way. And it's not about voting about something or taking a position on something, it's about how to work well with each other.
The council brought in a communication expert to give advice on how to navigate challenges, as well as strategies for working more effectively as a group.
Communication is how anything gets done, right? And so any way that we have that we can help to improve that is going to increase the likelihood that our council can work together as effectively as possible and therefore make a positive difference to the community.
Council leaders say they hope the meeting can strengthen communication and work more effectively together. Some developing news this morning out of Minnesota. The DOJ serving grand jury subpoenas to Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, and Attorney General Keith Ellison, part of an investigation accusing them of obstructing federal immigration enforcement. It comes as anti-ICE protests continue nearly 2 weeks after Renee Good was fatally shot by an ICE agent. The DOJ saying they will not investigate that. Governor Walz responding on social media saying, quote, Minnesota will not be intimidated into silence and neither will I, end quote. And Amtrak will cancel several routes this week due to the cold. You can see them on your screen. Some Borealis and Empire Builder services affected today through Saturday. No alternate transportation is being provided, and you can check Amtrak's website to rebook. If you're struggling to balance family life, a free workshop at the Onalaska Library could help. Occupational therapist Becca Maddie will show you how to break old patterns and build systems that work for your family. It starts at 6 tonight. No registration is required. Onalaska Police Chief Charles Ashbeck retired yesterday after 30 years in law enforcement. A farewell celebration took place at City Hall. Ashbeck spent 19 years as a chief, the last 6.5 leading Onalaska's police force.
Sometimes I feel like it hasn't been that long, but then I think back of different situations or incidences that I responded to, and I think, wow, that was 20 years ago. So I guess I have been around for a while.
Assistant Chief Tim Berg will serve as an interim chief. A permanent replacement will likely be named in the spring. UWL Chancellor James Beebe delivering his spring welcome address, touting record enrollment and the school's priorities for the future.
We need to make sure that we continue to be a university where people are the priority. Why are we so successful? We're so successful because we focus on students. And we're so successful because we have people that care about the work they do.
Beebe says the university is ready to launch its UWL Forward plan, focusing on community partnerships to advance the school. And Winona State breaking ground on its newest residence hall. Foundation Hall will help meet the growing student housing need, offering 340 beds.
It's to give students an absolutely best quality experience. You know, students are in the classroom anywhere between 12 to 15 hours a week, but for those students who are moved or freshmen and sophomores who are living on campus, we need to give it so they feel they're comfortable and that they have a great place to live.
The hall is set to be ready for students by the fall of 2027. The time now is 6:10. Still ahead on your morning news, why Amazon prices are rising, childcare no longer affordable, and new tariffs could impact wine businesses. And from tall ships on the Hudson to a ball drop in Times Square, America's 250th birthday shaping up to be epic. We'll tell you what's planned ahead. And for now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. The Aurora Borealis, also known as the Northern Lights, was visible across parts of Canada Monday night. I also heard some people in Minnesota saw it, with shimmering green and pink hues lighting up the night sky in a rare display, usually seen much farther north. It is beautiful. And now we'll leave you with a live look at Wildwood, New Jersey, where the sun is coming up over Maury's Pierce, a seaside amusement park. Stay with us. Your morning consumer news is next.
Did you touch the thermostat? Did you turn it up?
Of course not. Did somebody fiddle with the thermostat?
Dude, it's 85 degrees.
85? Do you have any idea what a couple degrees will do to our gas bill?
Why is it so hot here?
Someone turned up the heat.
What do you think you're doing?
I like to sleep with my window open.
You are not supposed to touch a thermostat.
It's out with the old and in with the new. You know what they say, new year, new you. King Furniture is celebrating the new year with a special trade-in offer. Trade in your old recliner for $50 towards a new one. Trade in your old sofa for $100. Trade in your old mattress for $75. And we'll deliver and haul away for free. Shop store-wide savings as we continue to clear out inventory and make room for new styles for 2026. Plus, get free delivery and 12 months no interest payments. The King Furniture New Year sale is going on now.
Hello, I'm Franklin Graham. As we approach this new year, we see a lot of difficulty out there. The violence on the street, the upheaval, and it's not just here, but it's around the world, and it seems like everything's getting ready to implode. Well, I can tell you right now, our world needs peace, and we need God's peace. And God's peace comes through faith in His Son, Jesus Christ. That's right, Jesus Christ. He came from heaven to this earth to take our sins. He died and shed His blood on a cross for our sins. He was buried. On the third day, God raised Him to life. If you've never trusted Him as your Savior, you can do that right now. Just pray this prayer with me. Just say, God, I'm a sinner. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I believe that Jesus Christ is your Son. I'd like to trust Him as my Savior right now, and I want to follow Him as my Lord forever. Amen. If you prayed that prayer, call that number right now that's on the screen. We have some folks that would like to speak with you, pray with you, but call that number on the screen. God bless you.
What is a hero? Not the kind from comic books and movies, saving the day. We're talking about everyday heroes, those with a special kind of courage or ability, those saving the day, one person at a time. News 8 Now wants to find those heroes and thank them for bettering our community. Go to news8000.com, click on Features, then Hometown Heroes to nominate someone you feel is truly a hometown hero.
In the TV business, when referring to what's next, we call it a tease. And no one teases local sports better than Ken Kozorowski.
Coming up next in sports, get ready to grapple. The Bucks, Badgers, a battle on the hardwood. Live to fight another day. It's back. The News 8 play of the week. Conference clashes.
And no one covers sports better than Jacob Lenzendorf. The better sports option. News 8 Now Sports. Every weeknight at 6 and 10.
In your morning consumer news, Amazon CEO is blaming higher prices on the president's tariffs. Andy Jassy says Amazon stocked up before tariffs hit last spring, but that supply ran out in the fall. Now he says some sellers are passing costs on to you. Jassy says Amazon is working to keep prices down. And wine businesses feeling the impact too. One French winery in California says costs have jumped 30%. If threatened 200% tariffs take effect, importers say they'd have to stop bringing in French wines altogether. And childcare is getting more expensive. Don't have to tell you that probably, according to LendingTree. Listen to this. They say that parents would need to earn about $400,000 a year to comfortably afford childcare for 2 kids. The average cost for an infant and 4-year-old is about $28,000 a year. All 50 states are gearing up to celebrate America's semi-quincentennial. And while July 4th is still several months away, many event organizers say now's a great time to start planning your trip. Jen Sullivan reports.
From sea to shining sea, communities across the country are planning celebrations to mark the 250th anniversary of the adoption of the Declaration of Independence.
This is a historic milestone for our country.
Rosie Rios is the chair of the America 250 organization. They've been planning this for years.
We want people to be able to feel like this is as community-driven and grassroots as possible.
The America250.org site has a calendar that breaks down all the planned events in each state, and more will be added. As for the big celebrations, Rio says Wednesday, July 1st, the Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library in North Dakota kicks off a celebration of the American West. Thursday, July 2nd, there's pending legislation to bury a time capsule in Philadelphia to commemorate 250 years of American history. Friday, July 3rd, the official countdown to Independence Day with a star-spangled ball drop in New York City's Times Square. Then, on the rivers where Revolutionary War battles were fought, Manhattan will be surrounded by a display of ships new and old from multiple countries, including Great Britain.
This will be the premier national event for America.
On July 4th, dozens of historic tall ships will sail an 11-mile stretch of the Hudson River, as well as multiple Allied and U.S. naval vessels, and overhead, more than 100 aircrafts, including the Blue Angels, will be in the sky. The international tall ships will be on display from July 3rd through the 8th, and visitors will be allowed to board them.
When you set foot on board a tall ship, you're setting foot on sovereign foreign territory.
There are also several celebrations being held on July 4th weekend in Washington, D.C., hosted by Freedom 250.
That's a look at our consumer news this morning. We will send it over now to meteorologist Nicole Skalicksky. She's tracking the forecast for today.
We're still looking at some chilly temperatures outside, not quite as cold as we have been the last few days, but still going to be a colder start to the day. Right now in La Crosse, looking at about 9 degrees, 13 degrees in Eau Claire for the most part. Folks further into Wisconsin still sitting in the single digits, but we should start to see those temperatures rising now in the next few hours. One thing that we're going to be battling today is that the breezier winds have returned. So not so much in the morning, still blowing out of the south and fairly light as we go throughout the morning hours, but by the afternoon, winds become quite breezy and they become more and more westerly throughout the day before they shift to become more northwesterly as we go into the evening, and that means colder air will be moving into the area. So with breezes close to around 15 miles per hour for the sustained winds, wind gusts could be reaching up to 25 or 30 miles per hour, meaning we could see a slight reduction in those wind chill values. While high temperatures are actually going to be much warmer than they have in the past few days, it's not quite going to feel this warm. 23 will be our high in La Crosse, 20 in Eau Claire, but again with wind chills or with winds close to around 15 miles per hour in the afternoon. Expect the wind chills to be around 10 to 15 degrees cooler than this. So still likely one of the warmer days of the week, if not what feels like the warmest, and it will still be the warmest in the upcoming days as much colder air is moving into the area later this week. Before that happens, we have a chance of snow moving through this afternoon into the evening that will likely make some impacts on our evening commute. We're already seeing some slick spots out there for folks further south of I-90, but as we go later into the evening, we'll see more widespread impacts as a larger band of snow moves into the area sometime after the noon hour, likely picking up around 2 or 3 this afternoon. And again, it will be across the entirety of the area, giving a widespread snowfall of fresh snowfall, that is, Going into tonight, a lot of that snow really starts to taper off. Still going to be some very light flurries across the area, even as we go into tonight and even into Thursday as well. A on and off again chance for some light flurries, but for the most part, the bulk of the snow really will be falling this afternoon into the evening. Everybody in the area can expect around 1 to 2 inches through the overnight period tonight. So again, just enough to possibly create a little bit of a slick spot on the roadways for the evening commute. Overall, just a minor snowfall for the entirety of the area. After that snow falls, then much colder air moves into the area, especially by the end of the week. Thursday night through Saturday morning, we have an extreme cold watch for the entirety of the area and most of the states, for the chance of wind chills to be reaching close to -45 in some parts of the area. That means we are at an extreme risk for frostbite, meaning that can happen in 10 minutes or less. Friday morning is definitely going to be what feels like the coldest, as La Crosse will reach wind chill values near 35 degrees in the morning. Saturday and Sunday still going to be quite cold as far as temperatures go, but the winds are going to be fairly light. Same for Monday as well. So still going to feel quite cold out there, but with less wind, there's of course less of a wind chill. Even so, 2 alert days on the way for both Friday and Saturday. Temperatures start to rise as we go into the start of the week, but still going to take multiple days to finally see those highs rise above average. Hopefully we'll get there by the end of the upcoming week.
Thank you, Nicole. Coming up, the U.S. could lose its measles elimination status after the worst outbreak in decades. What it means just ahead. And your finances could be impacting your heart. We'll explain coming up after the morning sports blitz.
A big night of important matchups on the hardwood. We got highlights from La Crosse's south side, plus a battle of second place teams in the standings on the ice. The Blitz is up next.
Make your pup look and feel their best at Top Dog Treat in West Salem. Fresh, clean, and oh so soft. They'll strut out looking top dog. Book your grooming appointment today at booktopdog.com. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
If your basement walls are peeling, that is not appealing. So this is water damage,
yes,
man?
Sir. That's water damage.
How many people right now have compromise in their basement brought on by water?
Oh, the majority. I mean, water is the enemy of a home.
Right.
But it's better to have it assessed to give you that ease of mind.
Sure.
Inspections are free. Might as well just give us a call to help.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groutworks. Schedule a free inspection.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org. or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Yeah, that's the stuff. The white stuff, to be exact.
Winter's here, and it looks like it's gonna be a while.
It sure is. And don't forget, when it comes to winter's worst, expect more from the best. First Warn Weather. First Warn Weather on News 8 Now.
Unleash your dog's potential at Top Dog Retreat in West Salem. Our expert trainer makes learning fun and effective, including a wide range of enrichment activities to get your dog's tail wagging. Book your session today. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day.
News 8 Now Sports.
The Blitz. Well, the Central Riverhawk girls entered last night with a 13-0 start to the season, or the top-ranked team in Division II. But last night they were welcoming in the Aquinas Blue Golds, who are going for their 120th consecutive conference win. So one of those streaks will come to an end in one of the most exciting games of the season. First half action, a scrum in the middle of the floor, but Central gets it and they give it out to Malaya Simpson, who's wide open and knocks down the 3-ball. Riverhawks out in front, and they were feeling it early on. Alana Simpson starts to drive but puts the defense in a blender. Mid-range is money. Then a few minutes later, it's Simpson again. Tough defense, better offense. Central would lead by 7 at the break, but in the second half, the Blue Golds would wake up and it would start with the defense. Adelaide Besmick jumps the pass and it ends up in the hands of Samantha Davis, who goes off glass for an easy 2. Then Ava Fernholz would get her teammates involved. The pass to Liv Dickinson, back to Fernholz, back to Dickinson again, wide open for 3. Cash it. Blue Golds take the lead. And they would start to pour it on. Fernholz in transition. Nice pass once again to Davis for another 2 points. Now, the Riverhawks would keep it close at the end, but Aquinas uses a big second half and wins their 120th straight Mississippi Valley Conference game.
I trust every single one of my teammates. I know if they miss one, they're going to come back and either hit the next 2 or miss one, make another one. Like, I'm not going to stop passing them the ball. Like, I have confidence in them, and I want to instill that in them when they don't have it.
And following the girls, the Aquinas and Central boys facing off in another competitive battle. Out of the gates, Blue Golds look strong. Logan Becker, nice spin move here, gets the shot to go. Aquinas in front early on. Central hanging around though. Gabe Service with the shot that's off, but Joey Protaski there with the rebound and put back for 2. And in transition, Jordan Calvert through the contact, gonna get it to go. Riverhawks were feeling it. Will Schilling coming up here, a little turnaround mid-range that will go. Riverhawks score the upset 74-52 the final. And the Avalanche hosting Black River Falls on the ice last night. First period, home side draws first blood. Jack Barth gets the loose puck first, rips a shot that finds the twine. 1-0 hosts. Wouldn't take long for the Tigers to answer. Calvin Lakowski is Andrew Gunderson with a great pass, and the junior puts it home. So we're tied at 1 entering the second period, and Micah Vale gives Holman Aquinas the lead once again. And shortly after, Aiden Dirks would add to that advantage as the Avs take this one by a final of 8-3. It's going to do it for the Blitz. Hope to catch you back here later tonight.
Right now at Home Sleep Express, when you spend $4.99 or more, pay nothing down, nothing for interest, nothing for sales tax, and nothing for shipping on Thomas Cole and Prana Sleep. The Something for Nothing sale, now at Home Sleep Express.
The Menards bag sale is here. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag. Plus, get big savings on big buys. Transform your home with a new Ideal garage door. Choose from our in-stock selection or design your own using our free designer. This 9x7 insulated garage door is only $499.99. Upgrade your floors with new vinyl plank flooring from Tarkett. It's waterproof, durable, and easy to install. Veracor vinyl plank is $329 per square foot.
Save big money at Menards.
In 1969, Taco John's combined Western traditions with Mexican flavors and created West-Mex. More than 50 years later, it still tastes like a good idea. West-Mex meals start at just $5, only at Taco John's.
New year, new energy, and downtown La Crosse is serving the reset. Start strong at District 901 Gym, where bold murals, big lifts, and serious motivation make sweating feel powerful. Just down the street, Larson's General brings everyday wellness to life with skincare, olive oils, and refillable favorites that are good for you and the planet. Get moving together at VRO Fit, where high-energy group workouts build strength, confidence, and community. Treat yourself at State Street Salon and Spa, because a fresh year deserves a little glow-up. Fuel your day at Free Range Exchange with fresh grab-and-go options and handcrafted drinks that make healthy easy. And when it's time to slow down, Brilliant Bodywork delivers calm, comfort, and a full reset. This January, refresh your routine and explore more businesses in our Refresh and Wellness Guide at lacrossedowntown.com.
I'm Jordan Rudolph, and I'm the owner of Unity Fitness. As our mission to serve and help have a positive influence on so many people, we can't thank you enough for having our back and helping us spread that mission forward into helping more people in the area.
Thank you so much for trusting us with your goals and for 10 years of support.
We view people as more than a before and after.
We're in your corner through the ups and the downs that life has to offer because we know that they'll happen.
To see if you're the right fit for us or if we're the right fit for you, head over to unityfitnesspro.com today.
Yeah, that's the stuff. The white stuff, to be exact.
Winter's here, and it looks like it's going to be a while.
It sure is. And don't forget, when it comes to winter's worst, expect more from the best. First Warn Weather. First Warn Weather on News 8 Now.
Get a sleep like no other on an Heirloom mattress from Home Sleep Express. And right now, pay no interest for 5 years. Plus, get free white glove delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee. Heirloom, the perfect sleep, night after night. At Home Sleep Express.
First Warn Weather on News 8 Now.
Good morning, I'm First Warn meteorologist Nicole Skalicki. We have another chilly start to the day with some additional snowfall on the way this afternoon. I'll have the details coming up in a few moments.
Right now this morning, we are giving you a live look at the road conditions that are going to impact your morning commute. I'll have more info on that up next.
President Trump arriving in Switzerland this morning to meet with world leaders in Davos. We'll have more on his push for Greenland. And your stressful finances could be impacting your heart. We'll take a look at that in our medical news. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Wednesday, January 21st. It is 6:30 a.m. We've made it to Wednesday. Not doing too bad. We'll send it over first thing to meteorologist Nicole Skalicki. We did get some fresh snow overnight, causing some problem areas, but overall not too bad.
Nothing too major, but yeah, before the plows can get out everywhere, there's definitely going to be a little bit of maybe some traction issues. Most areas around I-90 and southward did pick up about an inch or so of snowfall with some heavier amounts further to southern Wisconsin. Everybody else, though, looking to be in the clear this morning. Current temperatures are cold, but getting milder. Folks further into southeastern Minnesota actually warming up fairly quickly. 18 degrees already in Winona, still sitting at 9 degrees in La Crosse and 13 in Eau Claire. We should start to see those rising now in the next couple hours after the sun rises. Again, 9 degrees in La Crosse, a light breeze out there, south winds blowing around 6 miles per hour, still making it feel just a tad bit below zero. In Eau Claire, little to no snow accumulated overnight, so roads are looking clear, but still seeing that light breeze, making it feel closer to around 2 degrees in Eau Claire right now. As we go into the afternoon, we'll have a additional round of snowfall moving in, likely after the noon hour, and this will be a widespread snowfall that affects the entire area, possibly making some impacts on your evening commute. I'll have all the details coming up on the snow and a major cool down in a little bit.
All right, thank you for that, Nicole. And speaking of that cool down and the weather and the roads, News 8 Seth Padilla is live out in our storm runner for us this morning. He's taking a first-hand look at the roads for us. Seth, how's it looking out where you are now?
Good morning, Alexandra. So right now we are turning off of 15th Street in La Crosse, and there's some snow on the roads. I'll give the viewers at home a live look of the actual road conditions right now. So as you can see, the roads are packed with about an inch of snow. You can see some of the actual road, but it is quite difficult to actually tell which lane you are in. So the amount of snow is definitely going to impact your morning commute, especially when you're taking a turn like we are right now, or you're coming to a stop. You want to make sure you take it very slow. And also, odds are if your car was left outside overnight, you're going to have some snow on there. So make sure you give yourself an extra 5 to 10 minutes to come out, clean the car off, and also pre-start it so you don't have to start your day off to a really cold car when you do start that morning commute. But at the moment, no snow is falling right now, so I will send it back to you in the studio, Alexandra, reporting live in La Crosse. Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
All right, we know the plows are out there working too. Thank you for that update, Seth. Turning now to the global stage, President Trump is now in Davos, Switzerland this morning for the World Economic Forum, arriving just moments ago. He says while there, he plans to meet with allies to discuss his push for Greenland. The trip was briefly delayed overnight when his plane turned around for what the White House calls a minor electrical issue. CBS News' Jared Hill reports.
A bumpy start to President Trump's high-stakes trip to Switzerland. A minor electrical issue forced Air Force One to return shortly after takeoff. The journey resumed after the president switched planes.
This will be an interesting trip. I have no idea what's going to happen.
At the World Economic Forum in Davos, President Trump is set to make his case in person for why the U.S. should have Greenland.
We need it for security purposes.
Though at the White House, marking 1 year into a second term Tuesday, the president wouldn't say how far he'd go to get the self-governing Danish territory.
You'll find out.
The president has threatened new tariffs on European allies next month if they don't back his plans, a notion that's gotten a chilly reception.
It is time to seize this opportunity and build a new independent Europe.
Totally absurd that we have an American president who's blackmailing the rest of us, trying to get a piece of land or buy it through threats.
California Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom, a possible 2028 presidential contender, says Europe should hit back.
Trump thrives on finding vulnerabilities and weakness, and he exploits them. What he doesn't respond well to, and what is effective, is strength.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is calling for calm.
Sit back, take a deep breath, and let things play out.
As new concerns over a possible trade war sent markets plunging Tuesday. Jared Hill, CBS News.
President Trump will also push a plan for his proposed Board of Peace, a key element in his Gaza peace plan. More than 10 countries already signing on to that. This morning, we've learned that Israel is the latest to do so. And closer to home this morning, demolition of the Hogan Administrative Center set for this morning. Crews will arrive any minute now. The building has stood since 1899, first as an elementary school for 81 years, then the district office for 45. It's making way for a new $30 million school. The Wisconsin Assembly passing a bill to eliminate taxes on overtime and tips. The measure now heads to the Senate. Single filers could claim up to $12,500 a year. Joint filers up to $25,000. It excludes high earners and runs just through 2028.
They can pay their bills, they can maybe spend in other restaurants, or they just have more take-home pay. So that's always a benefit to anybody who can have more dollars in their pocket.
The state would lose an estimated $6.7 billion on tips and $150 million on overtime per year. If the bill's passed, workers could subtract both from federal and state income tax. The La Crosse Common Council holding a special meeting last night focusing on how council members communicate with one another, especially when dealing with difficult discussions. News 8's Jadius McGee explains.
Council President Tamara Dickinson called the special meeting, saying the goal is to create space for more open interaction.
I think just the fact that we're together in an off-site space, that we have a chance to interact in a little bit different way. And it's not about voting about something or taking a position on something, it's about how to work well with each other.
The council brought in a communication expert to give advice on how to navigate challenges, as well as strategies for working more effectively as a group.
Communication is how anything gets done, right? And so any way that we have that we can help to improve that is going to increase the likelihood that our council can work together as effectively as possible and therefore make a positive difference to the community.
Council leaders say they hope by meeting they can strengthen communication and work more effectively together. To Minnesota now, the DOJ serving grand jury subpoenas to Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, and Attorney General Keith Ellison, part of an investigation accusing them of obstructing federal immigration enforcement. It comes as anti-ICE protests continue nearly 2 weeks after Renee Good was fatally shot by an ICE agent. Governor Walz responding on social media saying, quote, Minnesota will not be intimidated and silenced, and neither will I. Amtrak is canceling several routes this week due to the bitter cold. Some Borealis and Empire Builder services are affected today through Saturday. You see them here on your screen. No alternate transportation is being provided. You can check Amtrak's website to rebook. Happening today, if you're struggling to balance family life, a free workshop at the Onalaska Library could help. Occupational therapist Becca Maddie will show you how to break old patterns and build systems that work for your family. That starts at 6 p.m. No registration is required. And Onalaska Police Chief Charles Ashbeck retired yesterday after 30 years in law enforcement. A farewell celebration took place at City Hall. Ashbeck spent 19 years as chief, the last 6.5 leading Onalaska's force.
Sometimes I feel like it hasn't been that long, but then I think back of different situations or incidences that I responded to, and I think, wow, that was 20 years ago. So I guess I have been around for a while.
Well, hopefully he's sleeping in right now. And Assistant Chief Tim Berg will serve as the interim chief with a permanent replacement likely to be announced in the spring. UWL Chancellor James Beebe delivering his spring welcome address, touting record enrollment and the school's priorities for the future.
We need to make sure that we continue to be a university where people are the priority. Why are we so successful? We're so successful because we focus on students, and we're so successful because we have people that care about the work they do.
Beebe says the university is ready to launch its UWL Forward plan, focusing on community partnerships to advance the school. And Winona State breaking ground on its newest residence hall. Foundation Hall will help meet the growing student housing needs, offering 340 beds and amenities.
It's to give students an absolutely best quality experience. You know, students are in the classroom anywhere between 12 to 15 hours a week, but for those students who are moving, or freshmen and sophomores who are living on campus, we need to give it so they feel they're comfortable and that they have a great place to live.
The hall is set to be ready for students by the fall of next year. In our medical news this morning, the U.S. could lose its measles elimination status after the worst outbreak in more than 30 years. More than 2,200 cases reported last year. That's the most since 1991. The Pan American Health Organization could change the U.S. status when it meets in April. Federal health officials say the change wouldn't be a big deal. And heart disease is still the leading cause of death in this country, and experts say financial stress could be a major risk factor. A new study finds that money stress ages your heart at a rate similar to or greater than high blood pressure and diabetes.
We also have to think about the issue of compounded risk factors, which is that somebody could have high blood pressure and they also have financial stress. That person now has two significant risk factors for worse cardiovascular health.
One doctor says slowing down the nervous system can help. Once those feelings have subsided, work on one small financial action at a time. More offices around the country taking an unusual step by asking employees to remove their shoes. Ditching street shoes at the door can have surprising health benefits, as Bradley Blackburn explains.
At the New York City office of AI startup Spur, the workplace looks like any other until you glance down at the floor.
I think this is the first interview I've ever done in my socks.
Co-founders Sneha Sivakumar and Anushka Nachalan have made their company shoe-free.
Gives a feeling of home where, this becomes your second home, especially when you're building a startup.
The hours we put in, it's just like not comfortable to have shoes on the whole time.
Just like in Shoes Off homes, you leave street shoes at the door. But here, Spur's employees and office guests can slide into custom-branded indoor footwear. No shoes is now a key part of their company culture.
We're all on the same team. We're all trying to do something together.
They're not alone. According to tracking website NoShoes.fun, companies all around the world are walking the walk. The goal is more than comfort and culture, it's cleanliness.
It's actually pretty grim.
Indiana University professor Gabriel Filippelli tested shoes and was surprised to learn what we track in on our soles. It can pose risks for health.
Heavy metals, which can impact, particularly if you have children at home, can impact their neurological development, their brains, their organs. That dust and soil might also contain E. coli contaminants, which can cause significant gastrointestinal issues.
Data shows damp mopping helps, but he says leaving contaminants by the front doors of homes or offices just makes sense.
This is a risk you can manage.
It's working in this workplace. The only problem here, they need a bigger shoe rack.
It's like part of us.
And for more companies, the shoe fits when you don't wear it. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
That was a look at your medical news this morning. Coming up in your Buzz Report, Sabrina Carpenter headed back to the Grammys. This time she's up for 6 awards. We'll have the details just ahead.
A big part of my job is building relationships with people. And being the team you can trust means being here for you.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor has immediate openings and wants you to apply. They say this job takes grit, attention to detail, and ability to work as a team. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today.
You came prepared to take on the pressure. We came prepared to give you none of that, just more out of buying a car. At Maury's West Salem Kia, you get our best price up front. No scripts, no side eyes, no 4-hour negotiations. Maury's sales team doesn't work on commission, so you get more help, less hassle. Need service? With Maury's, you get honest work done right. We even do more for our community. Get more with Maury's West Salem Kia. Visit MaurysWestSalemKia.com.
If your basement walls are peeling, that is not appealing. So this is water damage,
Yes,
man?
sir. That's water damage.
How many people right now have compromised their basement brought on by water?
Oh, the majority. I mean, water is the enemy of a home.
Right.
But it's better to have it assessed to give you that ease of mind.
Sure.
Inspections are free. Might as well just give us a call to help.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. Now, I have Skyrizi.
I've got places to go and I'm feeling free. Controlling my Crohn's means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
And now, I'm back in the picture. Skyrizi is the only IL-23 inhibitor proven to help achieve remission, meaning few to no symptoms in just 4 weeks for some people. Many were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 4 years. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help visibly repair damage of the intestinal lining.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Now's the time to take control of your Crohn's. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
A big part of my job is building relationships with people. And being the team you can trust means being here for you.
Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Well, we're looking at another chilly start to the day out there, although temperatures are starting to rise for some locations, mainly in southeastern Minnesota. Already seeing Winona climbing up to 18 degrees right now, 9 in La Crosse, 13 degrees in Eau Claire as you head out the door. Seeing some improvement, but likely going to see those temperatures rise to much more comfortable or at least manageable conditions as we go into the rest of the afternoon. High temperatures for today likely rising into the low 20s, so still going to be around 5 degrees below average for most of the area, but one of the warmest days that we've had and likely will have in the upcoming stretch of the week. 23 degrees for our high in La Crosse, 20 degrees in Eau Claire. Most of the area again rising into at least the low or mid 20s, but we will have a bit of a breeze out there as we go into the afternoon. That'll make an effect on our wind chills, probably making it feel around 10 to even 15 degrees cooler when you step outside. Not seeing much of a wind as we go throughout the morning hours, but once we reach into the afternoon, a lot of those winds become a little bit more breezy and they're shifting to become more westerly as well until we get into the evening. Then winds will begin to blow out of the northwest, transporting much colder air into the area as we head into the end of the week. So get prepared for a breezier afternoon, a little bit cooler out there because of that breeze. And as that breeze picks up, we're going to see some more snowfall enter into the area. So there is the potential for maybe some reductions in visibility as the snow moves through the area while the winds pick up at the same time. Starting to see that snowfall after the noon hour by around 2 or 3 p.m. That's when we're seeing the breeziest conditions. So there's definitely the chance to see some reductions in visibility. This is going to be a very light and fluffy snow, so not going to be that hard to blow it around, especially for areas further to the south where we still have that additional fresh snowfall on the ground already. A lot of this main batch of snow then moves out and becomes very patchy as we go into the evening hours. Still going to be some areas that have on and off again flurries going into tonight and even into Thursday, but the main accumulating snow is really going to be just centered on this afternoon and into the evening. The entire the entirety of the area can expect around 1 to 2 inches, so similar to what we saw last night, except for the fact that it's going to be for the whole area. Last night it was mainly for folks around I-90 and to the south. Now everybody can expect at least 1 to 2 inches of fresh snowfall. Going to be hard to measure because, again, it'll likely be blowing around. All the more reason to take it a little bit easier on the roads, especially when we're going home later today. Cold weather alert, then our extreme cold watch going into effect for Thursday night into Saturday morning for the possibility of wind chill values nearing -45 for the coldest parts. In La Crosse, we're expecting Friday morning to feel the coldest with the wind chill close to -35 in the morning hours. That means frostbite is going to be possible in less than 10 minutes. By the weekend, still going to be quite cold out there, but the winds died down slightly, so Friday is really looking to be what feels like the coldest because of those wind chills. Otherwise, still going to be cold through the entirety of the weekend across the entirety of the area. 2 alert days for that extreme cold. Starting to see the temperatures slowly rise, but still looking to stay below average as we go into the beginning of next week.
In our Morning Buzz report, Netflix hitting a new milestone as it looks to buy parts of Warner Brothers Discovery. The streaming giant now has more than 325 million subscribers, up from 301 million last year. Ad revenue topped $1.5 billion, and Netflix plans to boost content spending by 10% this year. Rachel McAdams is honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. McAdams received her star in the category of motion pictures. She is well known for playing Regina George in the movie Mean Girls and Allie in The Notebook. Sabrina Carpenter returning to the Grammy stage. This time she's up for 6 awards. 4 of them, including Song and Record of the Year, are for Man-Child. The Grammys air February 1st.
And this is the Mercy Capital Court, a judicial system powered by artificial intelligence.
Hold on, just wait a second.
A police officer played by Chris Pratt must prove he's innocent of murder against an AI judge played by Rebecca Ferguson in Mercy. If he fails to prove his innocence within 90 minutes, he'll be executed on the spot. The movie comes to theaters Friday. Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8. We've got Sam turning 88. He loves watching his son play basketball and coach basketball, and he also loves cheering on the Central Riverhawks. He also loves the Packers and doing word searches. Happy birthday to you, Sam. Hope it's a great day. If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, 88, 98, we'd love to feature them. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com. And stay with us. We've got everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your Morning News Now is up next.
Together, we're stronger.
Western works side by side with local employers to provide career-ready skills.
Together, we make a difference.
Western's 90-plus programs go hand in hand with today's job market.
Together, we're vital for our communities.
Our region's exceptional industries rely on Western grads. We're all in this together.
Together,
we are Western.
News 8 Now and Co-op Credit Union are taking part in Chase the Chill.
Chase the Chill is a project across North America that provides warm clothing to people in need. Scarves, hats, and gloves are hung on trees with notes on them, letting people know they can take them.
Co-op Credit Union and our community are conducting our own Chase the Chill campaign from December through February.
Together, we can keep our community warm this winter.
Make your donations of scarves, hats, and gloves at our La Crosse and Onalaska locations.
It's out with the old and in with the new. You know what they say, new year, new you. And right now, King Furniture is overstocked with the latest styles in bedrooms, dining rooms, mattresses, sofas, recliners, sectionals, and more. King has the largest selection of Lazy Boy furniture in the Coulee region and an incredible variety of custom options to create that perfect look. And where else will you find free delivery, free haul away, and 12 months no interest payments? It's only at the King Furniture New Year sale going on now.
I'm Jordan Rudolph, and I'm the owner of Unity Fitness. As our mission to serve and help have a positive influence on so many people, we can't thank you enough for having our back and helping us spread that mission forward into helping more people in the area.
Thank you so much for trusting us with your goals and for 10 years of support.
We view people as more than a before and after.
We're in your corner through the ups and the downs that life has to offer because we know that they'll happen.
To see if you're the right fit for us or if we're the right fit for you, head over to unityfitnesspro.com today.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get a total value of over $6,100 on the Sierra 1500 model. Plus get $3,000 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Right inside the action, it's Friday Night Frenzy.
Every Friday night at 10, right here on News 8.
Miss a story or need to watch it again? Find them all on the News 8 Now app.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
Welcome back. It's 6:55. Time for your morning news now. Demolition of the Hogan Administrative Center starts today. Crews are set to arrive any minute now. The building has stood since 1899, first as an elementary school for 81 years, then the district office for 45. It's making way for a new $30 million school. We'll bring you an update on the demolition today at noon. Amtrak canceling several routes this week due to the cold. Some Borealis and Empire Builder services are affected today through Saturday. No alternate transportation is being provided. Check Amtrak's website to rebook. And some proof that you are never too old to do what you love. 90-year-old Sonny Lawkins spent his 90th birthday parasailing. There he is. Sonny says the secret to staying young is simply getting out of the recliner, and his secret for happiness is sailing through life with a smile. Helps to smile when you're at the beach on a sunny day.
Yeah, I don't think I would have any trouble smiling. Look at that.
I know.
How cute.
Looking great.
I would definitely do that. Not in this weather.
I think so. Yeah,
that
I know.
would hurt in this weather.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
crash
the wind and then crashing down into the icy water.
Yeah, over the Mississippi. We can do
wait
it
for
over
it to
the
warm
ice.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's going to take a while to warm up. We're still tracking some cold conditions and the chance for some snow moving out of the Dakotas later this afternoon. So that will likely make an effect on our evening commutes. As you head out the door, though, expect temperatures to be, for the most part, in the teens and the low 20s until the noon hour. So a little milder, but overall still pretty cold.
Yeah, this is our mild day, right?
It's going to be about the warmest that we have coming up for the next week or so. So enjoy the 20s while we have them, I guess. That's definitely the key for the middle of January. We are in the coldest part of the year. So
it's all we've got going for us. Thank you, Nicole. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here at noon.